I wanted to talk to you guys about what inspired me to do the Axe Challenge, the actual event that happened, which was my back pain. I woke up New Year's Eve 2022 and I just had back pain, like a pain in my back that I had never felt before. And I thought it was one of those things that, would be that way for a little while and then it would go away. But it didn't. It just didn't go away. I started going to all these doctors. I started going to all these different places to try to figure out if it would go away. And it just didn't go away. So I was taking injections. I was just doing everything that I could think to do. I was so depressed. I was out on FMLA for a whole entire year, taking baths. I don't know what it was with me and taking baths, but I was taking like 3 or 4 baths a day. Depression is very real. Depression is the kind of thing that I had never experienced depression like that before. Everything that was happening was really crazy and I just didn't know what to do. Between me going to all of these different doctor's appointments and taking all of this medication and reading all of these books and just everything that I could do, I started taking Pilates because I heard that Pilates was a very good way to help you when you're having back issues. And so I took Pilates in this private studio, and the instructor was amazing. She was great. She suggests this physical therapist. And I'm just like, oh my God, I've been to physical therapy already. That didn't help me. I'm just running out of hope. I don't know what to do. And so she was like, well, this physical therapist is the greater. Before I go to a doctor, I go to him because I trust him just that much. So she gave me the information, and honestly, it took me a couple of weeks before I decided to give him a call. But I was so desperate, you guys. I just was like, let me go ahead and do this. And so I gave him a call, and he was booked. He was booked for like months out. So that was an indicator that, okay, this guy must be good. He knows what he's talking about. But at the same time, it didn't offer me much. Relief because I was still hurting and I was like, I'm just not going to have any time to, go and visit him and try to get better. That he took my information. I made an appointment for a few months out, but he said, I'll put you on a list. And if anything happens, I will give you a call. I said, okay. And I went back to just my regular little life where I was just at home every day, all day. I wasn't working because, like I said earlier, I was out on FMLA. I was just existed. He called me maybe about 2 weeks later and said, hey, I have a cancellation. Do you think you can get her? And I'm like, hell yeah. And I got there. He gave me a thorough once over. He did all these tests. It was nothing like the physical therapy sessions that I had been to at three physical therapists over the past year. And so he told me he wanted to dry needle me. Now, with the dry needling that I'm used to is they put the needle in you and then they just let it sit there like 15 minutes. They heat up this thing. I mean, I had been to chiropractors. Now that I'm thinking back on it, guys, it was just ridiculous. But this time he was like, no, I'm going to put the needle in the muscle and I'm going to turn it until the muscle twitches and it releases. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? That's going to hurt like hell. He was like, yeah, but it'll make you feel better. And he did it. And when I tell y'all that shit hurt, that shit hurt. But it was exactly what I needed. Then he gave me these exercises and told me what I needed to do. And so I went home and I started doing the exercises. And then I'll say in about 2 weeks, I started to feel a little bit better. So now I'm hype. I'm like, oh, he know what he's talking about. I'm getting some relief. I see some hope. And so I was going to him about once a week. Now, guys, he didn't take insurance. He was like, I am good. I have just built up my clientele that much. I don't take insurance. This is cash. And so I was paying him once a week cash. But I didn't care at this point. I had almost drained all of my expenses on all of these different doctors and all this different medication and on these back injections. I was just desperate for relief. I needed something to help. So I was going to him every week, and I mean, it was really helping. He was taping me with kinesiology tape, he was dry needling me, and I was doing the exercises, and I really was getting better, guys. And then he told me, okay, oh, it just seems like to me what has happened is that your glute has shut off and it is overcompensating for your back. and that is what's happening. So you need to build your glute up. And I'm like, I never heard no shit like that before in my life, but okay, if you say so. So he was like, I need you to start doing these exercises. I want you to start walking. Now, guys, I was in so much pain. I literally had stopped walking. It was like I was bedbound, and I only walked when I absolutely had to. So he was like, start at 10 minutes a day and add a minute every day until you get to 45 minutes. And I did that for 44 days straight. And then once I got to 45, I went to my next appointment and I'm like, listen, what's next? I'm ready. And he was like, no, you're not ready. You need to go on about your way. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, you're just using me as a crutch at this point. Like, you don't need me. Like, you're doing well enough for yourself. You need to go to the gym. You need to get stronger. And that's the only thing that's wrong with you. Your glute has shut off. You need to get stronger. And once you get stronger, you'll be fine. I didn't believe him, guys. I was so sad. I didn't want to stop coming because I just believed, like, with him taping me and with the dry needling, I felt like that's what was fixing me. I didn't feel like what I was doing was fixing me. So he was like, I'm not going to let you just keep coming in here giving me your money every week. You are going to go and do this yourself. You got this. Everything I tell you to do, you've done it. You got this. I promise you. And if you need me, I'm here. But you need to do this on your own. So I said, okay. And he didn't make an appointment for me the next week. And I was so sad. But the very next day, guys, which was October 18th, I got in the gym. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just wandering around, walking from machine to machine, didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I remember him telling me that it was my glute that was shut off. So I was like, okay, let me go to all the butt machines. So I went to all the butt machines in the gym. I didn't have a trainer. I've never had a trainer. And I just started doing everything that was like leg, butt. I hated the gym so much. I didn't feel like what he was telling me was correct. I didn't feel like it was going to work, but I was trusting the process because I honestly was so desperate, guys. I just didn't have anything else to believe in. I had to believe in something and give it my all because for almost a whole year, I was so tired of the pain. So I did that, and it just turned into this gym journey of like, now I love the gym. I'm obsessed with the gym. I plan out my workouts. I can't wait to go. And maybe about 2 or 3 months of going consistently, I started to feel better. And I realized that I can do this. And then it turned into a competition where I was competing against myself. And I want to say maybe in about 3 months, my pain was gone. It was all gone. So this guy right here is who I credit everything to. Dr. Lamar Frazier. He is the best physical therapist. This guy saved my life. He is a hero. For the Axe Challenge, guys, what I have decided is that before I ask you guys for anything, there is something that I have to give because I really do believe that in order to get, you have to give. So I want you guys to blow him up. I want you guys to shout him out. I want you to tag him. I want you to leave reviews for him. He's great. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that because you don't know him, anybody that has done something great for you, that has helped you, whether it was a kind word, whether it was a business that you really enjoyed, leave a kind word, follow someone, like someone, comment something positive. Let's put positive energy back out into the universe because I believe that it will truly come to you. Now, my ask of you guys is to please follow me. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this information, if you like this vlog. Follow me, subscribe, like, share, all of those good things. Leave me a comment, guys. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I told you guys that I'm going to take a year to figure this out and take you along with my journey. I appreciate all of the kind words so far, all of the likes, all of the shares, and I just ask that we keep it going. The Axe Challenge. Ask for what you want.